So as the year comes to an end, right, I was thinking, one thing I've learned this year is to let go of the things that don't build me. I've learned to let go of like fears and obstacles, things that have been holding me back for the longest time, because I realize each and every one of us have, like, you know, the stuff that's always dragging us back to like our old self. Anytime you're planning to step into greatness, you're bound to experience some changes in your life, and there are always obstacles along your way, because, you know, as they say, change is not easy. And when you're so conformed to a way of doing things, when you have like a system, or you've been programmed to always do things a certain way, anytime you try to change that, anytime you try to make your life easier or make your life better, you're bound to experience some blockage. You're bound to experience some forces that are always trying to drag you back. But one thing that I've learned throughout the years is the power of letting go. We have to learn to let the things that are not building us in any way, the things that are holding us back, the things that actually don't make our life better, we need to learn to let those things go. And I'm saying this because for me, it's more like a true testament. Whenever you let go of your fears, whenever you let go of your doubts, every time you doubt yourself or you're questioning yourself, is this really gonna work? You're actually holding yourself from accomplishing great things, or experiencing new ideas, or experiencing like a new opportunity for you to be able to level up your life and step into greatness. So what I've learned is always know one thing for sure, that when you step out of your comfort zone, your life is not gonna be the same. Like, anytime there's a shift in your life, things are definitely gonna change. So we have to be open to all these experiences and be willing to make these changes so that we can be able to become great in our lives. I remember the story, and this is like a true story, something that happened to me. If you guys are willing, I'm gonna share this story with you because this is super inspiring. So a long time ago, I think I was like 8-9 years old. I remember it was on a weekend, on a Saturday, and like, you know, majority of the African families on a weekend is when you guys do like the regular chores, like you clean up, make sure the house is set. I grew up in a house where our mom used to give us like chores to perform. Like, everyone had specific duties to work on, and that's on weekends. Like, you knew when you woke up, boom. For me, I had to make sure the lawn was set, trim the fence, because it's different. Like, if I'm the boy in the family, I do mostly like the hard chores, and then take care of, like, if we had poultry, make sure I feed the chicken and all that, because that's in the country. So feed the chicken and do this other stuff. And on this particular weekend, we was doing like a deep cleaning, you know, where we clean up, remove stuff from its usual location, clean up the crooks and the crannies, like make sure the house is spotless clean. And on this particular day, I remember my mom did something that I'd never seen her do. She removed her wedding ring. So if you know, for the oldies, like our parents, it's how, like, this is particularly my mom. When my dad died, like, her wedding ring was the only thing that she always remembered him with, and she had worn that thing for the longest time, bro. Like, when I say I'd never seen her even put it down. So, you know, like, it's a gold ring, so she goes to the shower with it, like, it's good quality, so she doesn't have to worry about like it getting messed up or anything. But on this particular day, and the reason why I noticed it is because for years I would ask my mom, hey, let me try on that ring, and she'll be like, no, this was from my hubby, I'm not gonna give it to you. Like, we used to joke around about it. But on this particular day, I remember she removed the ring and placed it on a cabinet. And guess what? Curious me, after all these years, you know, like, when that happens, I was like, voila, this is my opportunity to jump on and actually get the chance of seeing this ring. And my curiosity was like, she always told me like they had like the wedding date inscription on the inside of the ring. So I always wanted to see how it looked, and also feel boss just wearing the ring that my dad gave to him. So it being a special ring, I was like, alright, this is my chance. So the minute she placed it on the cabinet, I walked around her and then boom, grabbed the joint. So I was super gigged and happy to just hold it and try. And I'm trying, I have these little fingers, so I'm trying it on different fingers on my hand, and you definitely know it's not even gonna fit on any, maybe with a thumb. And then I went to show it to my sister. So when my sister actually saw it, I remember we was like, oh, give it to me, let me see it. So I'm running around, I'm super jazzed. I'm like, yo, and then I ran out the gate, like, cause we were just running around and I'm trying to be goofy and I don't want to give it to her because it's my day. So long story short, in the midst of us like just chasing each other down, enjoying the weekend and all that, remember, I wasn't given the ring. I just grabbed it and I went to show it off to my sister, and then boom, we started running around. In the midst of all that, I lost the ring. Bro, let me tell you, this was the most dreadful day of my life. You can imagine trying to explain to my mom that I just lost her wedding ring, the only thing that she has as a side, like I would say her only wedding band that was given to her by my dad on the wedding date. And it's the only memory that she has of him because he had passed on like many years ago. It was so sentimental to her. So when that happened, I froze. I was like, bro, today I'm getting whooped. Like today I'm getting like the whooping of the year. So I had no choice, bro. Like, own up and let her know what happened. This is the crazy part. My family believed in discipline, bro. If you was in the wrong, you already knew you was getting the beating, like that was it. Because back in Africa, bro, like they don't call it like you get the punishment. It's nothing like trauma or anything. Like if you're in the wrong, trust me, the community will make sure your life is straight. But disregard all that. So I'm panicking, and then I tell my sister, and at first they think I'm joking. But then I'm like, yo, you guys, I'm serious. As we were running, I think I might have misplaced it. So you can imagine, boom. When I tell them what had just happened, we all are out there trying to look for it. My mom panics, but then she's at peace a bit. But I know she's mad at me because she's fussing and all that. So we walk around trying to look for the ring. We're trying to see if we can find it. And in the midst of doing that, as we were doing it, her friend walks in. So she walks in, and she's talking, and she's like, yo, what's up? Why is everyone out here on the grass trying to look for sale? So my mom actually explains to her, yeah, your friend, you just lost my wedding ring. And she was like, oh, sheesh, I already know this is a big issue. But then she said something, like in the midst of all those, she paused and she was like, is that why everyone is out here looking for a ring on the same compound? Then she said, do you know one thing? That rings belongs to you. And one thing I know for sure is if something belongs to you, trust me, you'll find it. So her saying that gave me some peace of mind, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, lady, once you step out of this compound, I'm getting the beating. And then I guess they talked, and she was like, don't even stress about it. Like, kids do this stuff all the time. And again, it's not like it's something that he does all the day. And he was actually excited to see the ring. So cut Joe some slack and just let him be. You guys are gonna find it. So just her coming through and talking to my mom made like the issue subside. We kept on looking for it. By the end of the day, since we couldn't find it or even trace where I actually dropped it, we left the issue and just went on doing some other stuff. I know my mom was heated, but there's nothing she could have done. Like, it wasn't like I did it intentionally. So, bro, now this is the crazy part. So years go by, like we couldn't find it and we counted it as a loss, and my mom even got used to living without a wedding ring and all that. Fast forward, I would say either 3 or 4 years after that incident. You're with me, right? So 3 or 4 years after the incident, I remember one morning I was going to school. So what we used to do, I had like friends who used to live around the neighborhood. So we used to like go and pick each other up on our way to school, because we used to walk like, I would say like 1.5 miles to school. So what we used to do is we would pick up each other. Like I would go to my buddy's home, lock on the gate, and then he would come out, and then we'll pass by the next one and the next one on our way to school. So if I was the one who was the farthest to the school, I'm the one who was supposed to come like calling out the other ones, and then we would have like this whole gang of friends walking, a whole clique of friends walking to school together. This is something we used to do so we can catch up on stories and stuff. But on this particular morning, I was the one who was supposed to go pick up my friend Mike. He lived actually like next door. So here's the crazy part. Mike's home is on a different direction from like our main entrance, and I'm walking towards his home. So as I'm walking, I'm looking down. I saw something shining on the ground, and you already know, as a curious boy, I was like, oh shit, I got something, like I just won a jackpot. In my mind, like I don't even know what it is, but I'm curious. So I grab my key, the keys that are my keys, and I kind of like prod it from the ground, like it was stuck on the surface of the ground. So I poke it out, and then it pops out. I'm like, oh shit, it's a ring. So I'm not even thinking. So I'm like, yo, I just got a ring, and then I clean it up because it has like mud on the middle section and that. So I'm wiping it as I'm heading to my friend's place, and then I see an inscription on the inside, bro. So it's a gold ring. I check the inscription and I see my dad's name with their wedding date on it, bro. When I tell you I flipped, I was super jazzed, because I was like, yo, we almost forgot about it, bro. This is like 3 years later, and I find this ring on a morning on my way to school. When I tell you I made a 360, I went back home shouting and screaming like, yo, mom, sis, guess what I found? I found your ring. My mom is like, what's wrong with this crazy dude? So I walk in, I bang the door on the gate, and I go straight home like I'm running. I'm super jazzed. I'm like, yo, you don't even know, because for the longest time I felt bad. I was like, yo, I lost my mom's matrimonial ring, and I like that thing was weighing on me. But every day I always remembered what that lady said. She was like, if it belongs to you, you're definitely gonna find it. If something is worthy and it's actually yours, no matter what happens in life, no matter the separation or anything, you're definitely gonna find it. So you can imagine the excitement. It was like a reunion, bro. Like just being able to find the ring and being able to take it back to my mom was the best feeling ever. Why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because I said at the end of the day in life, sometimes we have to learn to let go of certain things that don't serve us at the moment, and if they actually matter to us, we are definitely gonna be reconnected with them. In life, sometimes we have relationships, we have friends, we have people who've created an impact in our life at certain points of our life. But when you move to the second level of your life, when you step into your greatness, when you're working on yourself, when you're trying to make your life better, you might be trying to overcome addiction, and you want to separate yourself from the circle that always puts you back into that position. You might be trying to grow your mentorship circle, and you're looking around you, but everyone around you is not helping you become greater, and you have to step out of your comfort zone and link up with people who are going to empower you. If you have to do that, sometimes you have to eliminate yourself from the people who are closest to you to become greater. And when you do that, it might seem like now you've become Hollywood, now you're feeling yourself and all that stuff. But for you to become great, for you to become the best version of yourself, you have to separate yourself and give yourself the opportunity to grow and flourish. So when that happens, if it's important for you to sacrifice those relationships, if they really matter to you, trust me, when everything is said and done, you will reconnect and rekindle the relationships that you had. Even in a relationship, I believe that if things are not working out, don't force it. Don't force it. Just let it go in a mature way, in a good way. And if it's meant to be, it's definitely gonna come back. I remember I once had a story where someone gave a simple analogy. They were like, if you grab a chick and you place it on a kid's hand, the first thing that happens, like psychologically, when the chick starts moving, like when the small like chick starts moving on your kid's palm, the first thing they'll do instinctively is squish it, like try to hold it so that it doesn't escape. But when they do that, the chances are when you try to squish it and hold it tightly, you're gonna suffocate the chick, and actually chances are you might lose it. The chick might die or something like that, or even a small bird. When you try to hold on to something thinking that you're protecting it, what happens is at times you might actually end up suffocating the same thing that you're trying to save. But the secret of life is opening up your arm and being calm and letting that bird or that chick or whatever instrument you have in your hand, anything that has life, you can suffocate it. Just let it flourish. Give it the opportunity of just going round and round and see what comes out of it. So for me, that analogy makes sense, because sometimes we have to let go of the things we love. We have to give freedom to the things we love for them to flourish. It might be our kids. Once they reach a certain age, as they grow up to be teenagers and they're ready to venture into the next phase of their life, maybe college and all that, as parents, we must be willing to let them go. We must be willing to let them go out there and venture out in life and make a life for themselves. We can't hold them hostage and expect them to do things our way. No, the only way they're gonna be able to become their own self and learn more about their personalities and become the best version of themselves is by letting them go out there and experience life and learn through the lessons that they learn in life. So today, I just thought I should share that story, because it always reminds me, anytime I feel like I'm stuck, or anytime I feel like what will happen if I make a move, I'm always reminded that if something is meant to be, it's gonna happen. If that's your purpose, or you align to be connected to certain situation or certain people, or you align to be connected to a certain ideology, no matter how long you're disconnected from it, when you reconnect, you'll be much better, because you'll have more experience in life. So just a simple reminder this Motivation Friday, you have potential in you. Don't limit yourself. Don't stay in your comfort zone and be scared of making that move. If you have to move from your one state to another so that your life can be better, make that move. Just have faith that things will work out. If you have a dream, you have a goal, and it entails you moving out of where you are, leaving your job and venturing out there, if you believe in your purpose and your vision, and you're willing to step out and experience the uncomfort, to experience being uncomfortable for you to grow, then that's all you need to do, because tomorrow is never promised. Like, you need to live to the fullest today. You need to overcome your fears. You need to overcome your all the things that are obstructing you from making those moves. And once you do that, you are definitely gonna accomplish all the things that you want in life. So just be reminded, step out of your comfort zone. Don't hold on to the things that you cannot control. Let the universe do its thing. Let God guide you. Let life lead you on the path that you're supposed to take in this thing called life. So be encouraged. I just want to say, as we head on to the holiday season, festive season, just want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We know 2022 is just around the corner. I know you guys have great plans, and I believe they're gonna come into fruition the minute you put your mind into it. So once again, have a blessed week ahead. So as we head out to the festive season, we know 2022 is just around the corner. I just want to say, keep working on your vision, keep working on your purpose in life, and keep working on you as an individual. The knowledge of self is important. Once you understand who you are and what you're meant to do in this life, then things are gonna be set. So Believe in what you're working on. Don't hold on to things that you cannot control. Let the universe do its thing, and then in due time things are gonna work out, because that's just how things are supposed to be. So blessings and blessings this Friday. Continue working on your vision, your goal, and your dreams, and things are definitely gonna come into fruition. Peace, and I'm out. Love you all.